Welcome to this video. Today, I am going to be talking to you about hydration. I'm going to be talking about molecular hydrogen, and I'm going to be sharing with you why I am so passionate about molecular hydrogen. There are a handful of modalities that I work with that I consider to be complete game changers when it comes to health. And molecular hydrogen happens to be one of those things. So I am Julie with Balance Life with Julie, regenerative health practitioner, holistic nutritionist. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my page. I've reversed hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's 100% holistically. And I'm here to share with you how your body can actually heal itself because it is possible. I've healed, I've helped other people support their body in healing, and so I'm just really, really passionate about sharing what actually works. Before we get into the content for today, I wanted to share my new book, Finding Light. It is out, it is available on Amazon. There's so much great information in this book that I wish I had learned so much earlier, but I didn't. I had to go through this whole journey. I like to call it like my heroine's journey to pick up the the information that I picked up that I share in this book. And so it covers different aspects of helping supporting health and vitality in your body in terms of your mindset, daily rituals and practices that you can start to embody and bring into your life. Diet changes for sure. I share my story, my journey, the first half of the book, just to share with you like that illness doesn't like just happen. I literally spent most of my life creating illness in my body, and then I've spent the past several years undoing the damage. And I've been completely off all medications now for over 6 years. So it is possible, it is doable, and I'm here to share with you how that is possible. So go pick up the book from Amazon, leave a review 'cause so that others can also be inspired to pick up the book. And I'm going to share my screen because I find that visuals really help with certain topics. And so here today we're going to be talking about molecular hydrogen, we're going to be talking about hydration. And but before we really get into all that, I want to have you think about the state of people's health, right? When I look around and I see people out and about in the world, what I see is a lot of burnout, a lot of stress, a lot of dysregulation, nervous system dysfunction. And it's really sad because unfortunately, most people don't realize what the solutions are, that the solutions are actually just at their fingertips if they're willing to learn something new and start to apply it. And I know for myself, like when I started learning about molecular hydrogen and hydration and how it helps support the body, I got very, very excited. So, there is a real cost in this world to being chronically ill. So there's over 2 billion people who suffer from some kind of a chronic disease. And this is all driven by oxidative damage and stress and inflammation. And so I'm going to share with you how those pieces kind of come together and how to actually support the body in reducing oxidative stress and inflammation and supporting deeper hydration, what that looks like. So there is an economic cost to having people sick and not well. So that's about $60 trillion a year from that burden of illness and disease. And there's also a lot of people who are spending their hard earned dollars on things that don't really work. I know for myself, when I was sick with hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's, I was doing different medications and supplements and different kinds of like practices, and I wasn't getting any better, and it was really, really frustrating. This is also why I'm so passionate about sharing certain things because I tried a lot of stuff out there that didn't work, and I wanna share with you what actually works and how it supports you so that you understand what it is and that you're able to feel good in your body again because all of us, we deserve to feel great in our body. Why not? Right? We're here to experience life at its fullest. And I can tell you, I've lived in a healthy body. I live now in a healthy body. I've lived in a sick body. my life is a lot more fun when I'm feeling at my best, right? And I'm sure you feel the same way. So, wellness is not the absence of illness, it really is the presence of light. And the more that I do this work, the more that I, you know, just kind of am in this information and in this world, the more I realize that it really is all about light, right? It really is about awakening our inner light. It is about bringing things into our body that help support that inner light through our nourishment, through our hydration. And it's also about being connected to like the actual light, like being connected to the sun and allowing the sun to also do its magic on us. So there are these different elements and the other way that I like to think of it is embodying light, being light, and showing others what is possible when that happens. That when you are someone who is in light and of light, it actually inspires others to awaken their light as well. So as I was saying, like most people are living in a state of oxidative stress. Their nervous system is overwhelmed. They're dysregulated. They're in full survival mode. I see this all the time when I'm out and about and I look at people. There's no light, there's no spark in their eyes. And even with how they move their body, it looks like they're in pain and they're suffering. And another way is possible, right? And so oxidative stress and inflammation, this is definitely the root of illness within the body. And that oxidative stress and inflammation can be caused by the diet foods we're eating, by what we're breathing in, by what we're drinking in and putting into our body, by what is we're putting onto our skin, as well as, of course, emotional and mental stress and turmoil. And, we've really come into this culture where being burnt out, being stressed out is really, really normalized. And most people have never experienced how good their body can feel, how vibrant they can feel within their body. That is not an experience that most people have ever had. And I can tell you on my own health journey, when I really started to reverse illness and I started to feel good in my body again, I felt better than I'd ever felt in my life. I was like, "Holy smokes." I remember one day walking down the street in my neighborhood, walking and, like, being in my body and having this experience of like, "Oh my god, I have never felt this good." Like, I didn't even know that this was a level that was possible, right? And so, I'm here to invite you to really think of, like, what could be possible for you if you actually felt really good in your body. So interestingly, I taught yoga for 15 years. I taught hot yoga, and I was always talking to people about hydration. And I didn't really start to understand water and proper hydration till 3 years ago. And that was when I started learning about molecular hydrogen and how that impacts water within the body. And so 75% of people are chronically dehydrated. What's important to understand about the human body is we are water, we are electricity, and we are light. And so these are the things that have to be supported within our body. So water that doesn't truly hydrate means that when we're drinking water that's not hydrating our cells and tissues, it means that oxygen and nutrients aren't getting to where they need to go because water is the carrier for bringing oxygen and nutrients to our cells. And so if that's not happening, that vital piece is missing. The other thing that hydration is really, really important for is getting toxicity out of the body, right? Because it is an important part of the elimination process. And so when people are chronically dehydrated, they're not being nourished properly and their body's not able to detoxify itself properly. You're not able to eliminate what needs to be eliminated. So you're not sweating, you're not going to the bathroom, number 1 or number 2, and all of that toxicity is building up within the body, right? So let's talk about molecular hydrogen. So 3 years ago, I started learning about molecular hydrogen. This really was like a gift that I was able to sit in on a presentation that was being done by an alternative cancer treatment center in Mexico. And I'm not even sure how I managed to get an invite to hear this information, but it was really truly a gift. And so molecular hydrogen, in case you don't know, is the smallest molecule in the world. And it is from where all of life comes from. In fact, 62% of your body is made up of hydrogen. So this is something that is native to your body. It's not something that's foreign. And so when we put molecular hydrogen into our body through water, through inhalation, and through soaking, it allows your body to bring in something that information that it already understands. And because molecular hydrogen is the smallest molecule, it has the ability to go anywhere in the body. It can penetrate the blood-brain barrier. What hydrogen helps with, because it has about 50 different health benefits, but the thing that I find the most powerful is that it supports our DNA and our RNA. It supports our mitochondrial health. It helps reduce overall oxidative damage and inflammation in the body. It helps support our NRF2 pathway, which is a protein pathway. And so it's really, really powerful in helping to support overall health and well-being. And now, when we're pairing molecular hydrogen with water, it actually allows for hydration at a deeper level. And I'll show you some slides that I have that goes over that, and it's really incredible. And so, what impressed me when I first learned about molecular hydrogen as a part of this webinar training that I did like 3 years ago was the cancer treatment center went through every single system in the body. And of course, as an alternative cancer treatment center, they see all different kinds of cancers. And so they went through every single system in the body and shared how they were using molecular hydrogen as a part of the holistic health protocol. And every single time there was a net positive benefit. There were no negative side effects. And of course, that makes total sense because our body is mostly hydrogen. Why would there be negative side effects? This is a language that our body understands. And that is really what makes it so exciting. Now, I'm going to stop my share for a second because I want to actually pull up some slides before I go back to sharing about this. And I want to show you what it looks like when our body is hydrated and when our body isn't hydrated. So, you know, pull up some slides and we'll have like a little show and tell, shall we? All right. Okay. So we did a live blood analysis of someone's blood to look at what her blood looked like before and as we gave different water to her, how her blood adapted. So this was this individual's blood before she had anything. This is dehydration at the cell level. So you can see the red blood cells are clumped together, the immune cells are kind of like stopped in the terrain. There's all of this stuff in the plasma of her blood. This is not what we want. Ideally, we would want our red blood cells to be separated and there to be nothing in the plasma and the immune cells to be able to move through the plasma. That's what you would want to see. Now, there are certain kinds of water that I personally don't drink, nor do I recommend. Reverse osmosis, distilled water are two of the things that I don't drink or recommend. And the reason really is that those waters have been treated. And yes, there's no contaminants within the water, but there's also no living minerals in it. And remember, we're electricity, we're water, we're electricity, we're light as human beings. So when there's no minerals in the water, there is no way for information to carry through the water. The other type of water that I am not a fan of, I don't drink, or nor do I recommend, is alkaline water. And this is why I don't recommend alkaline water. What it does is it causes even more clumping and binding of the blood, which we don't want. And also, while we're an alkaline species, our stomach pH is acidic on purpose because what is happening is our body, because our stomach pH is acidic, if we have any pathogens or parasites that are coming into our body, that can be a way for the stomach acid to actually neutralize or eliminate those pathogens. So that's on alkaline water. Then we gave this person filtered water. So filtered water is definitely a good thing because it removes the contaminants. It still has the living minerals. And you can see here her red blood cells, they're separating. They're a lot better than they were in the first slide. Her immune cells are looking better as well. This is on track of what we want to see. But molecular hydrogen goes on a deeper level. It offers deeper hydration. So this is this person on molecular hydrogen. And as you can see, we're actually seeing some individualized red blood cells. And that's what we're looking for. We want to be seeing this. And the plasma is cleaned up quite a bit. That is what we're going for. And that's what hydration looks like at the cell level. Unfortunately, most people, their blood looks like the first slide, or if they're drinking alkaline water, it looks like the second slide, not the fourth slide. So I do have a couple more. So, okay, m- hydration is important. Having molecular hydrogen is important. How do you get it into the body? So personally, if you've seen my videos, if you've been on my channel, you know that I use a hydration device that makes molecular hydrogen. Those bubbles are molecular hydrogen. And the reason I use this device is not only am I making molecular hydrogen, but the lid of this bottle allows me to put frequencies into my water. So if I'm feeling tired, I can put energy frequencies, I can put frequencies of the sun, if I'm recovering post workout, I can put recovery frequencies in there. And so that is really, really incredible that I can do that with one bottle. I'm able to utilize these different things, different aspects. So now there is a new bottle that's launching. And so I want to share my screen. This new bottle allows for some extra features that we don't have in the bottle that I currently have. So we have Luma, which is coming out very shortly. The most exciting thing about Luma is that there is a true dual chamber technology. This is a patented bottle. So nobody else in the world has this bottle. And this dual chamber technology allows for creating molecular hydrogen in the first chamber and then infusing that molecular hydrogen into the bottle for drinking. The reason this is exciting is the bottle that I currently have, I can only put water in this bottle because it only has the one chamber and I don't want to damage the membrane. But by having this dual chamber technology, I am able to put whatever I want into my water to drink. So I can put in my regeneratively grown superfoods, I can put in electrolytes, I can put in anything here. I mean, some people could put in coffee or tea. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but you could have hydrogen infused tea. You could have hydrogen infused electrolytes because the chamber that makes the molecular hydrogen is going to be separate. That means the membrane can't get damaged and you can just, play with it. So the other features that the new bottle is gonna have is it's gonna be bigger, 33% bigger. And so if you're like me, I tend to use my bottle when I work out or go do yoga. So it's nice to have a bigger capacity for the bottle. We're still gonna have frequencies in the lid, and there's gonna be interchangeable lids that are gonna be having different features. So I'll talk about that maybe on another video. There's also gonna be a breath function on the bottle. So, you know how I was talking about how most people, their nervous system isn't regulated. So there's gonna be this breath function, which is going to have different ways of breathing. And that's going to allow you to start to regulate your nervous system using this breath function. So there's going to be focus, calm, energy, restore. So depending on how the bottle lights up, you're going to be able to inhale or exhale and use that mode as a way of helping to regulate your nervous system. There's also a being mode, and that is really about using color to we respond to color. I don't know if you've noticed, but I know for myself, when I see greens, when I see blues, my body has a certain response to those colors. And so there are going to be different colors that you can choose depending on your mood, depending on what you're looking for. And then there's also going to be a circadian rhythm function. So we are light beings, we respond to the light. And so this is also going to be a function that's going to be available to help synchronize your nervous system depending on the time of the day. So these are some of the very, very cool functions that are going to be a part of the new Luma bottle. And so it's this bottle, but even more enhanced and with some different features. I'm very, very excited about it. And the other thing that I wanna share about just in terms of molecular hydrogen, I'll share my screen again real quick, is something called LVIQ. And in fact, today, again, I'm reminded how powerful LVIQ is and how powerful molecular hydrogen is. So LVIQ are actually molecular hydrogen tablets. This is actually the only supplement that I take. I don't take any other supplement. I use superfoods, I use whole foods, I use herbs, and this is the lone supplement I take. And the reason is because of these things that are within the tablet. So it's not just molecular hydrogen, but it also has an NR, which is a precursor to NAD plus, which helps to support the mitochondria. So many people use NAD plus patches. They're trying to supplement NAD plus. When you're going that way, you don't really know how much your body is utilizing. So this is a way to allow the body to use the precursor to make its own NAD plus. Then we've got resveratrol and spermidine, which are really, really beneficial for longevity. Resveratrol is used for anti-aging or antioxidant support, so a lot of people are using that, taking it as a supplement. So here we pair it with spermidine. And it is anti-aging. With spermidine, what that helps with is autophagy. So autophagy is the reason why a lot of people do fasting or intermittent fasting. Autophagy is when our body scavenges and gets rid of any dead or damaged cells. So here we have the tablet to help with that as well. Magnesium, a lot of people are magnesium deficient. A lot of people take magnesium before they go to bed. Here, we're using elemental magnesium to help make the molecular hydrogen. And this is really beneficial for sleep, for reducing stress, for creating more mitochondrial energy. And what people have told me and what I myself have experienced is that life might still be hectic and busy, but your capacity to receive all that busyness is just better. So there's less stress, less overwhelm, more calm. And I can tell you, I feel that for myself as somebody who is a practitioner, who has a business. I'm wearing many hats, as most of us are these days. And yet, for myself, I don't feel stressed out or overwhelmed. I feel calm, at ease, and at peace, right? And then we've got B12 and vitamin C as well. So it's a really powerful formula. And just as luck would have it, right before I started recording this video this afternoon, I had a massive headache and it wasn't pleasant at all. And I ended up taking a couple of tablets of the LVIQ, and now my headache is like down to it went from 110% down to there's maybe 2% of the headache left. So when I say that it is a powerful way to support your body, it really, really is. And the thing about molecular hydrogen is that it is an intelligent molecule. So it will go wherever it is needed in the body. And so for me, I really needed to get rid of this headache, that is where it went to. So this is some of the, label that you can read and about what's in it. And this is also available on the website as well. And we are H2 Analytics certified. And this is how much hydrogen you're getting in with the tablets, depending on the size of glass that you're putting the tablet into. And I can tell you, I love the tablets. I love the bottle and I love the tablets. And I love the tablet. I love the bottle that I've been using since like late 2023. And I love the tablets as well because I found them to be so helpful and beneficial. So when I'm traveling, if I'm dealing with time zone differences and jet lag and all of that, I use my bottle and I use my tablets. What I'm really excited about for the new bottle is having that ability to put my micronutrient dense superfoods into the bottle and have hydrogen infused superfoods. That to me is like next level. I've been waiting for this for the last 2 years, ever since I spoke about it to a hydrogen researcher and was like, hey, what about if we do this? What about if we have a bottle that allows us to infuse hydrogen, molecular hydrogen into our superfoods? So that is coming, that is happening. The website for the bottle and for the tablets is gonna be below this video. There are literally, if you are new to molecular hydrogen, you're not familiar with what it is, there's literally thousands of studies. So if you go to the NIH website, you put in some health condition and molecular hydrogen, if there's research on that particular condition, it will come up. But what I can say is having worked with this now for it'll be going on 3 years soon. Every single person that I've worked with that has autoimmune conditions, and we've paired this along with micronutrient dense foods, I've seen their condition improve faster because we're really addressing reducing oxidative damage in the body and allowing for deeper hydration, deeper nourishment. And so, of course, the body is able to heal at a more accelerated level. So if you do have questions, please put them below this video, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And again, if you haven't gotten my book, go to Amazon, go check it out. Leave a review once you've read the book. I'd love to hear about what your thoughts are. People send me messages on Instagram and on Facebook after they've read the book and they've told me how much they love the book. And so I'm really, really excited that I have been able to put this out into the world. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, please subscribe so that I can continue to make content, continue to share this holistic health information with you. And please feel free to share this video, ask your questions. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of my online community. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.